Do you feel like you're too old to start weight training? I hear you. Also, you're wrong. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly why weight training is super beneficial for 70-year-olds, what you should avoid, what to look out for, what not to do, what to do, how to do it, how not to do it. I'm going to answer your most common question and go through the benefits of weight training at a later age. And what's age? It's just a number. Look, I completely understand. You might have tried weight training before and you've either injured yourself or something didn't go right or there was an inflammation and it's kind of put you off it. I completely get it. Or, you wanted to try weight training, but you're afraid that you're going to harm yourself because you don't know where to start. You don't have much guidance. Don't worry. I'm going to hold your hand. I'm going to walk you through it. I'm going to make it as simple and as exciting as possible so that you can get your ass in the gym. Or in the future, if you don't get in the gym, just get you to do some sort of strength bearing exercises because I promise you it will improve your quality of life. In this video, I'm going to go through 5 things. I'm going to go through why weight training should be a non-negotiable. Second thing is going to be to go through the things that you want to avoid if you obviously don't want to get injured. Third thing is look at the science of building muscle at 70 years old. Fourth thing is go through the people that weight training is not recommended for. So this is only a very small group of people that weight training is not recommended for. And then the last thing is things that you can start today to get you to stronger bones, stronger muscles, happier life, happier quality of life, all that stuff. So you can play with your grandkids, do your gardening, go skiing, do whatever it is that you want to do in life so that you don't actually wait in a care home to die, which is really sad way of putting it. I know, I'm sorry, it's really harsh, but that's what's happening now. And that's why I'm so passionate about getting you guys into weight training, because I don't want you to sit in a care home waiting for death just because, you feel like you can't do anything because your body's failing you. So I got you. Let's get into this video. Okay, so let's talk about what weight training needs to be a non-negotiable. Now, as we get older, naturally, the natural aging system is our bones get weaker, our muscles wither away, it's called sarcopenia, our bones get osteoporosis and then arthritis. And so to prevent those two things, you have to do some sort of weight-bearing exercises, which keeps the bones strengthened, keeps the joints strong, keeps the muscles maintained so that you have the energy and the strength to do everyday things. As we get older, our balance decreases and our risk of fracture increases. There's a whole host of things that happen as we get older. And so to prevent those things, we have to take action. As a personal trainer, I have quite a few elderly clients that come to me. Some of them have never done weight training in their lives before. They've heard about it, people have told them, but now something has happened where they actually realize I need to do weight training because it is super beneficial. And obviously I'm with them one-to-one in the gym and I'm guiding them on exactly what to do, what not to do, making sure it's safe so that they actually feel a little bit stronger. And then when they come back to me and they say, hey, when I was this time last year when I did gardening, I had pain, but now I don't have pain. Or actually, I can now play with my grandkids. And those wins, they just feel amazing. And it just keeps me pushing on to why I love weight training and why I love advocating it. Let's talk about what you don't want to do in weight training and what to avoid. Okay, so you definitely don't want to go from 0 to 100. What that means is you've never exercised in your life, you haven't done anything, and all of a sudden you join the gym and you start going 5 times a week. That's a little bit unrealistic and you're kind of setting yourself up for failure because 5 times a week is too much. And you're pushing your body too much, too fast, too quickly. And at that age, you have to take it slowly. So what I would recommend is start with twice a week, keep that consistent for a minimum of 4 weeks. And then if you find that you have been consistent, then maybe think about increasing it to 3 times a week. And those 2 times a week sessions, they don't need to be 2 hours long. They can be an hour long, they can be 45 minutes long, but it's making sure you're not, doing silly things. You're taking it nice and easy. Be slow and gradual with the body. You have to work with the body and it will work with you. That's just how it works. Other things you want to avoid when you're starting weight training is don't do any jumps, don't do any complicated movements. Keep the movements simple. So for example, everyday things, sitting down, standing up, pushing things away, pulling things towards you, putting something above your head, bringing it down towards you. Keep those in mind when you go to the gym, and that will keep you kind of focused and it will distract the fancy looking exercises that you see people doing or you might have heard somebody doing. stay away from those now. You can always build onto them. Moving on to the science of weight training, I will put a link here and an article here. Essentially what this means is when you exercise, it sends signals into your brain, and those signals are positive and they keep the body moving and ticking over, in very simple English terms. Which means if you go from kind of being sedentary all your life, there's not a lot of brain activity, but then you start moving, you start doing different things, pushing, pulling, standing, sitting, it creates new neural pathways in your brain, which has a host of other benefits. And so for that, movement, weight training, super beneficial. Number 4, you should not weight train if you have been told by a doctor or a health professional to avoid it. So this is going to be true if you've recently come out of surgery, if you've recently had a joint replacement, if you have multiple serious health conditions and, you know, exercise is going to be a major contraindication, then you would be told to avoid it. Now, in saying so, exercise is going to be superficial for people that have health conditions, but you have to be very careful. You probably have to work with somebody that's going to be able to help you one-on-one, just because if you go to a gym instructor or if you go to a personal trainer and you have those health conditions, they are not going to be the best people, the best equipped or the qualified or competent people to help you. So yes, there's some people that weight training is not for. Some sort of exercise is going to help those people, but before you do that, please make sure you get doctor's clearance and then go and seek out somebody that can help you. If you've made it all the way to the end of this video, we are on number 5, a program for you to try. It's a 2-day program. You can find it on this app below. I'll link it in the comments. It'll be a pinned comment. It's going to be 2 days. It's going to be simple things, like I said, sitting, standing, pushing, pulling, shoulder press, and lat pull down. It's going to be things that you can do at home. So super easy. It's going to be for 4 weeks. You can try it at home. You don't really have to join the gym. You can use tins at home. If you don't want to do that, you can buy yourself like a weighted vest. I'll link one in the comments below, and you can just wear that daily, and that's still weight bearing. It's not obviously going to be muscle contraction, but you have extra weight on your body. Even if it's like a couple of pounds, it's still something. So start somewhere, start anywhere, start today, so that tomorrow you make progress. And that's why weight training is super beneficial for 70-year-olds or senior people or even older. If you've stayed to the end of this video, thank you so much for spending your time with me. I really hope you got value from this video. I really hope it's answered some of those common questions and it's given you a direction and some simple steps that you can take to start your weight training. There's loads of people that started weight training in their 70s and 80s. The most famous person I can think of is Joan McDonald. She started, I believe, when she was 70. She was in loads of medications. She was a little bit overweight. She was about to go into a care home. And her daughter, who's a personal trainer, she said to her mum, listen, you've got 2 options. You can either go to the care home and stay there for the rest of your life, or the other option is you come with me to Mexico, that's where she was working, and you start training and see how it goes. I don't know if that's the exact conversation, but that is like what happened. And so the mum chose to go with the daughter to Mexico. She trained her, and within 3 years, Joan was off all medication. She looks amazing. She's lifting weights. She's wearing a bikini. She's living life. And she's saying now at 73, she's lived life like she's never lived before. Like her quality of life has been better than ever before. Can you imagine going to 73 and having the best quality of life? And she obviously regrets not starting earlier. And this is from somebody that's done it and is saying you can do it too. So there's absolutely no reasons, no excuses. You just have to want it for yourself. You have to want that good quality of life and to not end up in a care home. That's something that scares me, ending up in a care home, reliant on people, being completely dependent and not being able to do the things and go and see the world and just waiting for death, which is a horrible thing, but I've seen it happen. Like when I visited Dad in hospital, he was he wasn't able to move his body much because he'd been in bed for 2 or 3 days. So his body was stiff and it was tired and it didn't have energy. And next to him in the ward, there was a lot of senior people. And one of them was kept saying, help me, please, help me. And the nurses were there, but they were attending to somebody else, so they had to ignore him. And him just saying, help me, please. That just, it's always gonna, I can hear it now, and it's always gonna stay with me. Just the fact that he's I think he wanted to maybe drink some water or do something very basic, and he needed somebody else's help. I don't know about you, but for me, that scares me, and that is just, I do not want that. I don't want that for me. I don't want that for you guys watching. I don't want that for anyone. If you can help it now, why not? And even if you are bed bound, but you can still move your legs and arms, you can still do something about it. It's never too late until it's too late. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I want you to start weight training. I want you to at least think about it. And when you're ready, let me know in the comments. In the meantime, watch this video, and I'll see you next week. Bye.